I am Iron Man.
Hello there.
Avengers! All right, welcome to episode 48 of Stars in Marvel. This episode is just kind of a free for all. We're just talking about some things going on in the Marvel Studios world as far as announcements, not drama, but drama, things going on in Marvel Studios, and just other general topics.
I'm pretty excited to talk because we've talked a lot in the past couple of episodes about some of or all of the drama in one way or another. And I've actually gotten some new viewpoints on some of it that has me more optimistic. And I'm excited to talk about this stuff because there's some bad shit for sure.
I would say, well, jump right into it.
All right. So the big thing is that Variety came out this huge article. It was like a slam piece basically. And it just had all these rumors / leaks. And I would say I would be willing to credit a lot of it as being true, that it could happen, because I don't think they would have published it being a legitimate news source. I don't think they would have published it without actual sources. Yeah. So this is, I think we've talked about, are they going to replace Kang with Dr. Doom because of Jonathan Majors' drama? And then the other big thing being, do they bring back Robert Downey Jr., Scarlett Johansson, and Chris Evans as the Avengers in an Avengers movie?
Mm-hmm.
And the thing I wanted to start with, if I may get this rolling,
go right
ahead.
That
I definitely, hot take alert, last time was immediately I don't need those guys to return. And I still don't. I don't need them to return. I think bringing them back for a movie is a bad decision. However, while I also don't need them to come back for a cameo, if this was just to be a cameo in Secret Wars, that's 100% fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
That makes sense. Because it's gonna. Secret Wars is supposed to have. I was expecting
that. Yeah, I was expecting them to be as a cameo.
And I think so. What I've recently learned from some podcasts I was listening to, an article, and things I was reading, is that apparently Variety is, and I kind of said slam piece earlier, they are hot take clickbait kind of people. So like I said, their sources are most likely legitimate. These are actual things in the works, but it's purposeful that they said, those three to be in an Avengers movie. If you had said in Secret Wars, we'd all be like, cool.
Okay. Yeah.
You tell us, to be in a rebooted Avengers, that's what are we talking about?
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's, I'm a little bit on a better plane of existence
from that,
knowing that Variety is a little bit of a piece of shit.
I feel like they're kind of like a New York Post type thing, or what's another one? Yeah, something like
not quite TMZ, but a little bit.
They like the hit pieces, you know what I mean?
Exactly. It is clickbait. For all intents and purposes, and that's what I'm a little bit better in the zone now, having heard that, because it probably is just for Secret Wars, and they're blowing this out of proportion. And I reacted as well.
Yeah. I mean, I initially thought, well, it's like I remember when I first saw that, or when you sent it to me or something, I was like, well, that's dumb if they bring them back for their own movie.
Right.
But yeah, if they're in Secret Wars, I was expecting that. From the get-go. When they were literally every Marvel character you have seen in a movie will more than likely be in this movie. It's okay, well, why would they not include their biggest stars in the movie? At least
that's pretty much not even news at that point for that.
Yeah.
which is probably why they didn't say which Avengers movie. Like, exactly. I'd be willing to bet the source knew and Variety didn't report it.
Yeah. They were just doing that to make speculation even more critical I also saw something interesting. Now, I don't know if this is a credible source at all. It was just some thing on Instagram I saw, but it said apparently they're also lining up Hugh Jackman and Tobey Maguire to be pivotal roles in Secret War, not just like cameos. So
I saw, I actually saw something along those lines a while ago.
Okay.
And I haven't talked about it because I was like, it kind of sounded very rumor-esque, and I don't know what to believe, but I actually believe it.
Yeah, I saw this like the other day, like yesterday or something like that. Yeah.
I'm going to send Brendan a picture that I've saved on my phone since I heard it. And I don't know if it's fan art. I don't know if it was leaked concept art, but like it would go with this news. Okay. But like, long story short, I've also heard that, and I'm 1,000% here for it.
Yeah, like, that would be awesome to see non-MCU characters lead an MCU movie. Like, I mean, I guess we're getting that with Deadpool 3 anyway, but still, like, that's his own.
Hugh Jackman. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. That was the end of my point.
Hugh Jackman showing up in Deadpool 3 was a godsend in itself. Will show up, whatever. Yeah. Is like awesome, and I'm stoked. But like, that isn't as crazy as him showing up in the Avengers. Like,
yeah. That's something we would expect him to show up in Deadpool 3. Yeah.
Oh man, I forget the actor's name. Patrick Stewart showing up in Multiverse of Madness. I
forgot about that. Yeah.
He's still like on another level crazy. Yeah. And like Hugh Jackman showing up in the Avengers is right up there. I'm still trying to multitask and probably terrible podcasting, but like oh yes, I found it. Oh, I'm so excited for you to see this. Again, I have no idea if this is real. I think it's just fan art, to be honest, but it just makes me excited.
I'll email it to myself real quick too, and I'll pop it up on the screen if that's cool with you. If it's,
that's fine. Yeah, I texted it to you if that was okay.
Yeah.
So, Spider-Man and Wolverine. Basically, I mean, yes, right? Like that's just
that would be.
I will be shocked too. Like, I don't know what I expect to happen in Deadpool 3, but I just don't see how the story keeps going for Wolverine. However,
I think my internet cut out there. Hold on.
Sorry, I'm freezing. Hold on.
You're good.
You there?
Yep.
Yep. I guess my thing is that you start wondering, like, so, is Toby going to be in it more than Tom is the question there, right?
That's true. Like, yeah.
And I'm not against it, I guess, but I kind of am. Like,
yeah,
I don't want Tom to get screwed in that kind of situation,
because it is his franchise.
I guess the MCU is his for sure. Yeah. Like, and I love Toby coming back for No Way Home. I love the idea of him coming back for more movies. Like, I will take any freaking Spider-Man you give me. But I do love Tom Holland Spider-Man, and I just I think that would be my only thing is if Toby comes in as a like instructor role kind of a thing or whatever, I don't know. This is not a bad thing. This is
like if he's like the Peter B. Parker to his like Miles Morales,
a little more Peter B. than he was in No Way Home, like a little more active of a role. Like, and I was totally happy with No Way Home. 10 out of 10, perfect movie, love it. Like, but if they get him even more involved in that, I'm just all here for it.
Here I'll show the picture, which. Amazing, and I really hope we see something like this.
I don't know if it's real or not, but this is cool. Really sweet picture. Like,
that would be awesome.
And I mean, is
that a Sentinel?
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Like, this has been teased since 2002 or whatever. Like, there's a clip online. I don't know if you've seen it, Brendan, or if anyone's seen it, but like when they were filming, I don't know if it was X-Men 1 or 2. A person in a Spider-Man costume ran on set and yelled, really? "Oh shit, wrong movie," and like ran away.
That's pretty good.
And like the whole cast like burst out laughing. Like, like these movies, Toby and Hugh Jackman's movies were being made at the same time. So like the revival of these characters is amazing and unbelievable, and it's just, I mean,
the fact that we're getting them over 20 years later still is insane with that much of a hiatus too. Because what, the last Tobey Maguire solo Spider-Man movie came out in like 2007, I think.
Seven. I still remember Spider-Man 3 coming out. Yeah.
And then the last like
Logan,
Fox X-Men, I guess Logan, but like the whole gang together probably would have been like Days of Future Past, right? Like the whole
Days of Future Past,
20th century gang, or not 20th century, the whole original Fox.
Original, yeah. Days of Future Past, which I have no idea what year that was.
2014, I want to say.
Logan was 2017. Holy cow.
Oh wow, 2017. You know what? I honestly do not remember a second of Logan. I saw it once, and I not never watched it again because I didn't like it, but I just never watched it again. And
dude, fun fact, I put on the list. I have also never rewatched Logan.
Really?
And I don't know why, because it was a phenomenal,
it was a great movie. Yeah,
phenomenal. Like one of the best X-Men films or comic book films of all time.
Yeah,
I just never watched.
The only thing I will say, cliche thing, I remember the boobs in the movie, but there's a scene where he's like he's a limo driver, and like there's a woman in the back that's like, it's like a bachelorette party. He's like, "Hey, driver," and lifts her shirt. And I remember seeing that in the theater, or I don't think I saw it in theaters. I think I saw it when it came out on DVD. But I just remember being like, the only reason they put boobs in this movie is because it has an R rating, and because they've always probably wanted to show boobs with, not Hugh Jackman, but with Wolverine as a character. He's kind of a dirtier,
he's a raunchy guy.
Exactly, yeah.
But it wasn't quite the raunchy Wolverine to do it
right?
With,
like I was like, they're the only reason they're doing this is because it's an R-rated movie. Like, I don't know. It just felt forced.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree.
But besides the point, I would be 1000% okay if they had, even if they had Hugh Jackman and Tobey Maguire lead the Avengers Secret War movie. Like,
that's dude. I'm all for it. Like I said this about No Way Home. I was excited to have Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire in the movie at all.
Yeah,
you could have given me a cameo and I would have been happy. They were in the movie for an hour, and I was ecstatic.
Time. Yeah,
you make either of them and Hugh Jackman a solid character in an Avengers movie.
Yeah,
I mean, sploosh. Like, I'm just like, this is a nerd's dream come true.
Oh yeah.
It's there's nothing more to it than that. Like, I don't know if we're gonna get. You know what's funny too? I hope he's. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say with this, but like, there's all the rumors in the world that Andrew Garfield is going to be in the Venomverse, whether it's Venom 3 or Craven or whatever.
I hope they bring him in.
I hope they do too. I'm also okay. Like, I don't know. It would be kind of weird if Toby shows up and not Andrew in Secret Wars. But if Andrew's getting the Venomverse, I could see that happen.
Him not
like
showing.
Them being like, all right, just stay over there and do your thing.
Exactly. Yeah. Sony, you can keep this Spider-Man. We'll take the other two. Like,
we'll take the first and the new one.
Which, honestly, why the fuck didn't they do that? Like, why didn't Sony and Marvel just come up with an agreement? Like, hey, you come out with your shit, we'll come out with our shit. No, the two should never cross unless we want them to.
That's what it definitely. I mean, people in charge of making movies overthink everything. Yeah, they really do.
They think they're business minded people. They're not creatives, so they think, how is this going to make me money? Share. Yeah,
that's I mean, greed. The last thing someone greedy wants to do is share. So
yeah,
but no, dude, I mean, I'm all for it. I hope to God it's true. I don't know. And then I guess the Kang stuff, like, we kind of, I mean, let's talk about that again. We talked about it in our last episode, but Kang might get replaced by Doctor Doom, and I'll try to find the exact quote. But while I do, essentially, do you recast Kang or do you replace him with Doom? Yeah, I mean, the way this is worded, I feel like Kang Dynasty might get canceled, like the movie.
The way it is worded, I honestly hope they don't do that, because they have put so much weight on this character. And again, like we had just talked about, you could easily recast Kang, because we're dealing with variants. We're dealing with, we've seen Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland, and Andrew Garfield all on the same screen, we realize, hey, they're all Spider-Men, but they're all different Spider-Men. And we've seen, I guess we really haven't seen any other variants other than Spider-Man and no, we've seen Doctor Strange variants because we saw Supreme Supreme Strange or whatever his name was.
But we haven't seen other variants with different actors yet. They're definitely, but they're planning on that. Like that's what Secret Wars is going to be about. And that's the thing is like, and they hint at that with we talked about Multiverse of Madness as the example because you get Krasinski's Reed Richards, and it's been confirmed he's not the MCU Mr. Fantastic, right? So that's going to be another one where we have multiple actors cast, but we just haven't gotten there yet. So it just to pivot from Kang entirely is just such the wrong move.
Yeah, not a good choice,
look, I understand that there is kind of like the thing I keep saying is the MCU is in shambles. I don't know if I go that far. I think they're pausing to figure it out, which is good. But I don't. What I'm trying to say is we're in the multiverse saga because of Kang. So to pivot away from that, like, are you bailing on the multiverse saga? Is Secret Wars also canceled? Like, I can't imagine that's the case.
Yeah,
and I really just don't. I don't know. I think not recasting Kang is a stupid decision.
Yeah, it would. And there's so many great actors out there that could replace him. I mean, Jonathan Majors is a great actor. Again, all drama aside, we don't know much of what is going on with him. I did a little bit of research, but I don't want to get into it because I don't feel like talking about that type of stuff.
Basically, we support the acting, not
the actor.
Like we're not saying he deserves it. We're not trying to like. We're saying we like the actor.
If he loses the role, it's well deserved that he loses the role. But it would be nice. It would be his acting is so good, and he has shown that he's a very good Kang. That it would be a shame if he did lose the role.
I don't know who you change. Like I don't know if you have any speculation or if you've seen anything. But...
as far as people to replace him with, like actors, I was just thinking off the top of my head. Daniel Kaluuya, I believe is his name. Or I don't know. I'm saying his last name completely wrong, but it's the guy that voices Hobie, and he's the guy that voices Spider-Punk. He was in Get Out. He was in Judas and the Black Messiah or something.
He does. I think a key role for Kang's replacement, just making sure I think a key role for this actor is he has to have a vocal range.
Yeah.
And Daniel Kaluuya definitely does. I mean, like the things you listed him are perfect. Like, from Black Panther to
he's a Black
Spider-Punk.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Like he's done a Wakanda accent. He's done a straight British. I mean, I know he's actually British, but he definitely leans into it for Spider-Punk.
Yeah, he did like a Cockney accent for not Cockney, but you know what I mean. He did like,
and I haven't seen it, but I've seen the trailer. Like, Nope, he definitely does a strong American accent, right? Like,
yeah, he has a great American accent, and he's got Nope, he's got like a Southern accent, like a Southern twang, and in Get Out, he just has like a regular, like Midwestern, Northeastern act, like just.
So that's a great choice. But I
guess I forgot he is in Black Panther. Yeah,
even say he's a variant because of Black Panther. Like, you don't have like it doesn't have to be the same person. I feel like did they do that or no? I'm thinking of in DC's Crisis on Infinite Earths in the show. They let Brandon Ruth play Superman again because he was Superman in Superman Returns, but he's Adam in the TV shows. It was like they were like, don't we know you? And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And it's a great. I love it. I love that he got to play Superman again. Great actor. But yeah, no, that's a good choice.
Another guy. Good.
I don't really have an answer. I worry that they're gonna do something like. So I actually texted this to shout out Will, my friend Will. I could see them recasting him poorly, like not with a good and my poor recasting would be Will Smith because
okay.
I think he's a mature enough. I mean, just one actor Best Actor Oscar last year, right? Or
keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
He is definitely a great actor, right? But like, I think he would take it too jokingly, is my concern.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't think would work there. I think there's a world where it works, but I could see. I guess what I'm actually concerned about here is if they recast, do they go with a name or someone lesser known?
I just thought of a really good actor that could be a great replacement. Sorry to cut you off.
No, that's pretty much it. I just like Will Smith, very well known, famous, just got an Oscar winning actor. Like, do you go with someone like that, or do you go with someone that has a couple of roles who is talented and you just don't know anything about him yet?
So this guy's, I've seen him in a bunch of stuff. He's Black Manta in Aquaman.
Okay.
I am gonna put his picture up and his name because I'm not very confident on how to pronounce his name. But he has a lot of range. I've seen him. He plays Morpheus in the new Matrix movie. Like, he's been in a bunch of stuff. I think he'd be a pretty good. I honestly, the way how he acts and like his range, I did confuse him for a while with Jonathan Majors. Mainly because he's in the Watchmen show on HBO, and at the same time that show was out, Jonathan Majors' show Lovecraft Country came out, and they kind of like had the same sort of feeling to it. I mean, Lovecraft Country wasn't superheroes, but it was like supernatural, weird-ish type stuff.
Who is he in Watchmen?
It kind of spoils the show. I don't know if you want me to.
I've seen Watchmen, so I don't care.
The show.
Yeah, I watched it. I just don't remember.
He's Dr. Manhattan.
Oh, okay. So he's the husband.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Spoilers for Watchmen.
Yeah. But I think
we're a Marvel podcast. We don't really care about DC.
Yeah, we don't give a shit about DC. Yeah, especially Watchmen. That's not really.
It's not even real DC. Yeah,
I was gonna say. But I think he would be an amazing recast. But again, you could just pull some random you know what I mean? Give some new upcoming actor a shot. That's what they do with Jonathan Majors.
Marvel and Disney used to be about. Like, that's like, I think that's, I don't know, man. I don't know. And that's the crazy thing is we are in uncharted waters with Marvel doubting itself, or Disney doubting Marvel.
Yeah.
Marvel not like it. We are in some weird territory. I think, like, going off of that note too, I'll bring up the next thing I wanted to talk about, which is Blade getting an R rating and $100 million budget. Like,
that's
it's I honestly think those are good things.
Yeah.
But like Marvel's never done something that low budget. Marvel's never done an R rating. We still don't know what Deadpool is. It might be R rated, but like, we don't know. It's weird having these new things. And I guess I still haven't watched the trailer, but Echo is apparently the first mature rated thing.
Dude, it looks like Netflix Daredevil type. Like, there's a scene in the trailer.
Which is great.
Yeah, there's a scene in the trailer. The opening of the trailer, you're like, holy shit.
Okay.
Like this is tonally different than anything we've seen from the MCU.
And that's good, because that's what we need right now. That's the difference. That it's not what you and I need, but it's what Marvel want.
Yeah.
People want Marvel to adapt, and by having, we are the original fans that are now in our late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
We want mature content, whereas it's understandable they're still going to pump out family-friendly stuff for new fans, for family-friendly material. So it's creating that range that fits the spectrum of fans to keep everyone. It's not that wild of an idea, but it's just the fact that they are. I mean, there is no confidence at Marvel right now. Like,
no, and I also think right now there's just way too many. Like, when what's his name, Iger left and the other guy took over, they did more quality versus quantity, because they were like, oh, when you're locked inside your house, or they did quantity over quality. Too many cues. They were like, oh, the pandemic just happened, everybody's stuck inside their house. Guess what? You don't have to go to the movies to see our new stuff. We're gonna release everything on Disney. So like, we're going to release a movie, and then we're going to release a show. We're going to release a movie. We're going to release a show. And you're never going to have, you're never going to have a moment without Marvel. And I remember thinking like, that's awesome. And then after like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I was like, okay, let's slow it down a little bit. Let's,
Well, and that's you nailed it. Chapek wanted to focus on streaming. He wanted to take the focus off of movies and put it on streaming. And Iger has since reportedly shut that down, but like so much stuff was already in development. You gotta go through with what was happening, that kind of thing. But it's, I don't know. I until the so the writer's strike ended.
Yeah.
The acting strike is still going on.
Still going on. Yeah.
Until there's no more strikes and things are resuming,
there's nothing coming out. Yeah.
Right. And I
bet it hasn't already been filmed.
And I think until that happens, until all the strikes are done and they really have a chance to like have everyone in a room and talk, I don't think we're even going to know what's going to happen.
No.
I don't know. I'm going to pull up. I'm gonna jump on what is supposed to come out next year, because I know that can't possibly still be active.
There are a ton of things though that I think shouldn't have been announced and should like Echo. That shouldn't have been a show. I've talked shit about it before. After seeing the trailer, I think it's going to be good as its own standalone thing, something that doesn't connect into the broader MCU.
But like, I didn't like her in.
It was a pointless
Hawkeye, right?
Yeah, Hawkeye. Yep. Yeah.
So like I wasn't excited for the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like Agatha House of Harkness. That was a show that, or whatever the hell it's called now.
That should be canceled.
That should not be something that's coming out. Ironheart. Again, I liked the character in Black Panther. Should she have her own show? Or I don't think so. I think they just, that's the problem right now with the MCU is they're making every character have like Hawkeye. I mean, Hawkeye had a show this year or last year, 2 years ago, whenever the fuck that was. But he didn't have his own solo movie. He didn't have his own this, that, and the other thing. Black Widow didn't get a solo movie until after Endgame. So it's like, they're focusing on having each character have their own solo movie, and it's like you don't need to have every single character have their own solo movie to be introduced. I don't know. That's just my reason. That's my thinking.
So Echo is apparently supposed to be like 5 episodes or something like that, and it's doing like all episodes
all released at once. Yeah.
To me, and I can't take credit for this. I heard someone else say this, but I will tell you who. I've heard that compared to Werewolf by Night.
Okay.
And that I love. Yeah. I love the idea that something like Echo or Werewolf by Night exists in the MCU, but doesn't tie into, let's say, the multiverse saga.
Yeah.
And like Ironheart, that's a good one to do that with too. Like, that should just be a drop. It's
I guess that's what I mean.
You get more of the character. And like, but like, I think where I'm at with movies, I mean, that's not even true because I'll see anything. I'm seeing the Marvels and I'm not even excited for it. Like, what I am going to like, I guess, support is that something with more depth is going to interest me more. Like, let's say a Quantumania, a Multiverse of Madness. Something that ties into the greater universe as far as the movies go. As far as Disney Plus goes, in reality, things like Loki shouldn't exist. Things like Echo should be what's on Disney Plus. Things that you don't need to watch, but like when they pop up, you can be like, oh, I saw her show.
Yeah. Like that. That was a big problem with Multiverse of Madness. You had to have watched WandaVision to understand fully what the hell is going on. You know what I mean? Like with Wanda and with like, that was such a like big thing I heard people say, like, what the hell is going on? Why is Wanda all of a sudden bad? Like, why is she searching for her children? I think, they should stick to Disney Plus as one-off things or like special presentations like Werewolf by Night, and then have their movies all slated to interconnect. But
they don't even know what's going on. Like, dude. Like Thunderbolts is supposed to come out next year.
God, I forgot about
there's
that. Yeah.
No way that's coming out next year. Venom 3 is supposed to come out next year, which I know isn't MCU, but like
still,
that I'm like, what creep? Like there's so many these Marvel movies. It's like Captain America 4 is supposed to come out next year. Like all these things that I'm just like, there's no way.
There's
just
pushed,
no way.
No, yeah. With the actor strike and everything, who knows how much longer that's gonna last. So
I apparently unrelated, kind of related to Sonyverse. Apparently, we're getting a Madam Web trailer soon, though. Like, it's supposed to be this week or next week. Like,
shit. Okay.
It's like, hey, I gotta say, as far as like Craven and all that goes, I mean, I like the Venom movies. It's one of those like guilty pleasure films for sure. Like, they're not great movies, but I love it.
But
I
they're fun
Venom,
to watch.
and Tom Hardy does a great job goofing off as it.
Oh yeah.
So I'm stoked for Venom 3. But like being a Spider-Man fan, God, if they could just figure that out.
I know.
Do you know how exciting I would be like to have a Spider-Man universe on the side?
Like as a little like extra thing to go to other than the MCU. Like, oh, let me dip into this like, I mean, I guess we have that now with the Spider-Verse movies, but like a live action like Sinister Six movie where Tobey Maguire or not Tobey, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man's fighting the Sinister Six, like that would be pretty cool.
That'd be great, dude. It would be so, but unrelated. I'm just saying, like, if they actually figure that shit out, I would be just so excited.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think regarding the MCU though, it's just like too many things, and the strikes affected a lot.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to in the end be a good thing because so many things just don't even seem like real things. And that's what I'm talking about when I'm looking at this slate. And I'm like Captain America, dude. Like, I know they started filming, but like, what is that? Like, Agatha is just not a show. That angers me. That's borderline. Like, are you gonna tell me Agatha is somehow better than Secret Invasion?
Right?
Are you serious? Like, come on. Like, I don't know, man. I will probably enjoy most of it. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you.
No, yeah. And one thing that pisses me off about Agatha real quick before I had saw rumors that this would further lead into Wanda's story, but now we just got confirmation from Marvel Studios that Wanda Maximoff is dead. Like,
I don't
died at the end of Multiverse.
I don't believe that for a second.
Okay. I was gonna say, how are they gonna kill her off that? Like,
I think Feige or who I don't think that was a Feige interview. I saw that. That was a real. Someone said, "Oh yeah, Wanda's dead."
Yeah,
fully lying.
Okay.
She is absolutely showing up in Secret Wars, or I actually think we don't see her till Secret Wars, and I am pretty confident we see her there. But like,
okay,
I mean, I think Agatha is supposed to take place like present day with some like Salem witch trials flashbacks. So I don't expect her to show up there, but I just don't believe whoever said Wanda's dead. I just
probably just talking out of their head. Yeah, she's dead. Yeah,
don't believe you.
Oh,
we're filming.
I don't believe you. Bushley, Audrey. This is Bushley.
Like no, and again, you know what? I think to end this, like, we don't have to end it, but I just feel like this is kind of the last thing I have.
Good wrapping up point. Yeah,
is look, I will watch all of this.
Yes,
because I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
but it's not the overwhelming Marvel. We've talked about that. I don't care about that. I am here for it. It's the things that are not at all accounted for that I'm like, how is this a thing? And the last thing I'm going to bring up is I'm staring at Fantastic Four with a 2025 release date.
Like, that's not happening.
We haven't
way in hell.
We haven't even gotten a cast for them yet.
Yeah, and they probably haven't even started pre-production on that yet. And that's no way in hell they got.
This isn't and that's a movie that's going to have some CGI in it. Like,
oh yeah,
like we're not talking about a Deadpool here. We're talking about Stretchy Man, Fire Person, Invisible Person, and the Rock Guy. Like, come on. It's not the content that bothers me. It's the fact that they gave us so many. They gave us so much to, I guess, look forward to or think about. And it's just like they can't deliver on it. That's the issue.
They like had this moment of like, oh, we're gonna show all this and everybody's gonna be so excited for the MCU, and then they went, oh shit, we have to make all this now.
Yeah. Someone made a decision without consulting other people, and that might have been Feige. I don't know.
That was what, a year. That was like a year and 4 months ago that we got the announcements of Kang Dynasty, Secret Wars, like all that stuff at Comic-Con, and I remember it being like, yeah, that's a lot of stuff. How the fuck are they gonna film, edit, CGI, like get all the CGI, cast everybody, get everything, like, oh god, that was a dumb whoever, Feige, if that was you, dumb.
I
don't know how you're not fired.
That's my issue. It isn't that we're getting an Agatha show. It's that you have an Agatha show and a Fantastic Four movie, and somehow I know more about Agatha than I do Fantastic Four.
Exactly.
You should be making the good stuff, like
the
Fantastic
things that have more
Four.
of a weight on the MCU, more of an audience pool, and then, rather than some side character nobody really cares about.
So, you know, a great like Guardians of the Galaxy 3. You drop that gem on us.
Yeah.
We eat it up. And then like, oh, Echo's also coming out. Great.
Sure.
Great. Yeah. You know what? I just had a nice helping of Guardians. I'm nice and full. I can have some dessert in Echo.
Yeah.
But like, don't focus and actually produce things and ignore the content like Fantastic Four. Yeah. Or like I know we've talked about Deadpool 3 a lot today, but like, I will not be shocked if it doesn't come out next year. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, that's probably going to be a 2025. Unfortunately,
we'll get Agatha next year. Like, what are you?
Yeah,
and that's where I'm at. It's not the content or even the amount of content. It's where the focus is. That's the problem that I'm currently having.
Yeah,
and I'm actually glad that I've come to that conclusion.
Yeah, I 1000% agree. I think their focus, their priorities for
there's the word.
Their priorities for properties are not in line with where they're going in the future, like with Multiverse Saga, and I'm sure the next will be like Mutant Saga and then stuff like that. So yeah.
I think I need a cigarette.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't have much else really. I mean, I think they just need to get their shit together. We'll see what the Marvels has to do with anything in the multiverse. I'm sure it will, whatever happens at the end of Loki season 2. And then honestly, any other stuff coming out that I've seen doesn't seem to really have any connection to the multiverse.
That's what I'm looking at next year's slate.
Yeah.
And I see no multiverse content on next year at all. All.
That's yeah.
Like at all. Like I know that we didn't really get to talk about the Marvel. I mean, I could re-up if you want to, or if you don't want to, I don't care. But like, I know it's late. But like, I know there's been a lot of talk about the Marvels possibly having that. We already knew though Quantumania was going to be that ticket this year.
Oh yeah,
that's the thing. You look at the slate for this year, and you're like, okay, Quantumania is our multiverse guy.
Multiverse of Madness. You know,
if you have
literally in the name, year. Yeah.
But like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm looking at next year, and nothing has that. Nothing. Yeah. Like, I'm sure it shows up, but like to not even have the thing that's like, here it is,
prominent in the MCU right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
You cool if we wrap it up there?
Yeah, I'm good.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll catch you on the next one.